support this bill.
I call Stephen Browning.
Speaker, I rise to speak to the Plumbers, Gasfitters and Drainlayers Amendment Bill. The Green Party has reflected on this bill, and as the bill has progressed through submissions, we can see that the retrospective aspect of this bill is not acceptable, and we'll continue to oppose this bill. We're not going to vote for sorting out this illegal collection of funds to make a legal right, and that's something that some of the submitters have put to us through this period of time. I heard a lot from the member, Mr Goldsmith, talking about that when it's in the best interest, it's the right thing to do with retrospective legislation, but you'd have to ask, whose best interest is this? For a shonky board, or for the actual gas fitters, the plumbers and the tradesmen that are paid through their nose significantly for a board that didn't function very well at all? Because with the communication that we've had with the tradespeople, and a number of people in the House here tonight have had some of that communication, it convinces me that besides this principal issue behind the bill, which is the retrospective aspect of the funding, we are talking about a dysfunctional board in the past, a board that was conflicted and ineffectual in part, significant fees amassed unnecessarily through an unduly bureaucratic behaviour, and then not following through with what it was responsible for. And there was the talk of the Cowboys and the fish and chip shop / pizza place. And no, it's not a pizza place, and I'm not going to talk or give any ad for Pizza Hut. But I know that place too, because I also come from the top of the south and was a customer at this place. And as was mentioned earlier, there's people there that were hurt, that have been skittled professionally, and that there's other ones that have walked through totally free, because this board couldn't even do its job, and yet it spent something like $200,000 of disciplinary fees were spent on the investigation with no result. I think it's a very, very important time to hit the refresh button for that organisation. Now, talking of refresh button, we can talk about some other retrospective type behaviour that we're getting from this government. And we can look at the GCSB, for example, and what it's done. We can think back to some retrospective stuff in terms of Aziz Chowdhury, when the SIS, in that instance, went and busted illegally into his house. And then what did you have to do? The government of the day had to turn around and pay him a settlement, and then it changed the law again. What? To look after Aziz Chowdhury, it was to carry on and to cover up their butts for the illegal activities they've done on many other people. And here we go again for some more, maybe retrospective, we'll wait and see, when Mr Key covers up his shenanigans with the GCSB. And that's past history. It's not just him, it's others as well, but it's a long history. And then what are we doing now? We're looking to do something to use that illegal behaviour to then turn around and ultimately penalise the community in another way. So, going back to plumbers and retrospective stuff, it's interesting, and a very important example was given to us in terms of how different boards, professional boards, handle complaints. Mr Speaker, it was mentioned by one of the submitters about IPENs, the professional engineers, and how, and this is a very, very sad indictment. We've already had the one with the fish and chip shop, but this one was IPENs, and this was to do with the building in Christchurch that ultimately led to the death of 115 people. And what has happened there? That professional body was not even able to go through and do a decent disciplinary action for the people responsible there. So thank you, Mr Speaker. The Green Party will be opposing this bill Thank you.
Members, this debate is concluded. The question is that the amendments recommended by the Government Administration Committee by majority be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
1 vote opposed.
Māori Party.
3 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
ACT New Zealand.
1
United Future.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote opposed.
Members, the ayes are 61, the noes are 60. The amendments are agreed to. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. Party votes called for. Ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes opposed.
Māori Party.
3 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
ACT New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 opposed.
Members, the ayes are 61, the noes are 60. The motion is agreed to.
Plumbers, Gasfitters and Drainlayers Amendment Bill, second reading.
This bill is set down for committee stage next sitting day. Call on Government Order of the Day number 9.
Interrupted debate on the Building Amendment Bill number 4.